Welcome you all to the second step of IEEE Footprints. Welcome, Ms. Niluni Ekanaika. We are so glad to have you here with us today.
IEEE is like all in one place for me. As an undergraduate, there are so many volunteering opportunities that we have in IEEE. Within volunteering, IEEE WIE, some people are thinking that's only for women. Only women can go there volunteering, but AI River Sri Lanka is a project initiated by IEEE Young Professionals Sri Lanka. If anyone there in Jaffna University, they can reach out to me or join with our Facebook account and just drop me a message. There was a time that people was explaining how hard it was to do an engineering degree for a girl. Even when I was starting, one of my relations told, why don't you go and do a fashion designing degree?
Hello, everyone. Welcome you all to the second step of IEEE Footprints, Trails of a Volunteer, organized by the IEEE Student Branch of the University of Jaffna. I'm Akita Anupriya, and I'll be the host for the show today. Speaking of which, we've got a special guest with us here today. She is a member of IEEE Innovation Nation Leadership Committee. She is the IEEE Region 10 Young Professionals Ambassador. Also, she is the Assistant Secretary at IEEE Young Professionals Sri Lanka. She's the co-chair of IEEE AI Driven Sri Lanka and IEEE SL Inspire. She's also the social media coordinator of IEEE Industry Application Society of Sri Lanka chapter. Welcome, Ms. Niluni Ekanaika. We are so glad to have you here with us today. So let's start right away. Who is Niluni Ekanaika?
Okay. First of all, thank you for the opportunity, and especially thank you for recognizing me as a volunteer that you can follow. I'm really proud for that. And Niluni Ekanaika is a person who I would say who likes challenges and all the time who likes to be with people. Different kind of networks, who would like to mingle with different kind of networks, undergraduate, industry people, school students, and yeah, when it comes to me, I don't mind their society or their education level, but if they are okay to be friends with me, I would really happy to increase my network and be a friend. And simply, I'm a person who likes to enjoy my life, and that's all about Dilini Ekanaik.
So may I know what really inspired you to initiate your journey in the field of electricals?
That is a story which goes like more than 20 years back, and it has a small story behind. When I was around grade 4 or 5, I saw CEB, Sri Lanka Electricity Board people came in front of my house and they installed a power transformer. It's like a small transformer to give new connections. That day, I just wanted to know what is happening there, how they are working there. And the only thing I noticed was only male people are working there, but as a person who likes to have challenges, I just wanted to know more about electricity and electricity generation, transmission, and all these. So that was the starting point of my electrical engineering journey. And after that, I was like, while I was schooling, I just did few small experiments when I was schooling, like small bulbing, use bulbs and batteries just to do some circuit designs. And that's all. Yeah. And even still, if my mother find out something broken at my home, something electrical equipment, she used to call me even though I'm not at home. She used to call me and ask whether I use that. That's how my childhood was with electrical and electrical engineering.
So I like to hear much more regarding the persuasion that you received from your schooling days for what you are today.
As a person in school days, I wasn't a person who is socialized. I was a silent character. But then again, it has a story as well. I just went to 2 schools. I just went to a small school in my village called Sangarajpura Mahavidyalaya. For my primary education, there I was a highlighted character because it was a small school. We had only 20 people in our school. But then again, after my scholarships, I got selected for Mahamaya Girls College, Kandy. That's a huge school. And there, it has a huge gap between this culture in my primary school and my upper school. So I think because of that, I was a bit shy to mingle with those people because they were not close to me for like, it took like 3 years for me to get me close to them. So there were so many barriers, like it's like it wasn't same as me going to my primary school. My primary school, it was so close to my home, but then again, my upper school, Mahamaya, it was like 20 kilometers away from my home. So it was like I had so many experiences and had fun while I'm schooling, but then again, traveling me to home to school, that was really a difficult thing. Other than that, I have so many fun moments at my schooling. Even at Mahamaya, I was a sport person at my school. And the best thing that I liked at my upper school, Mahamaya Girls College, was it was a girls' school. So there wasn't any male people. We had only 5 male teachers at our school, for all school. So it was like we had all the freedom that we wanted. There wasn't any conditions or anything. We enjoyed our life there. This is not me being feminist, but I had more freedom there than the other people who are going to mixed schools, I would say. Yeah.
We could heard that you were the founding chair of IEEE WIE Affinity Group of the Open University of Sri Lanka. I believe this is quite a valuable opportunity you had in your undergraduate life. So what kind of a responsibility do you have there? And what do you feel about being a maiden chair?
I would say it wasn't an interesting story because at that point, that was the second year of IEEE student branch of the Open University of Sri Lanka. And like at that point, it was really hard for me to find people who would like to volunteer with WIE and IEEE. And even I didn't have much awareness about what is WIE and what is IEEE. I was that was my second year of IEEE volunteering, and it's like it was a bit hard for me to convince people about WIE, and it basically it wasn't hard for me. It was hard for me to find 6 members who would like to get membership for the petition. That was really hard, and but then again, I could get people into committee, and also we at the next barrier that we had was the best goal that we had was the sponsorship for our university or any university. I don't think for WIE Affinity Group they don't give grants. Now they have, but at that moment they might have, but I wasn't aware of those. So that was there. So what I did was I did collaboration events. So we are like being organizing committee, part of organizing committee for events that we can volunteer for. So that's how I able to make my team and make them as volunteers, perfect volunteers. And with the time, now my university people know what is IEEE and what is WIE. Now they know WIE is for, it is to empower women engineers, not only for girls. So with that, I have a huge set of behind me as WIE volunteers of Open University of Sri Lanka. So I'm really happy about that as well. So I could prove them, basically I had to prove them what is IEEE and what are the things that you get and what are the benefits that you can get. After that, they got involved with this, and I'm really proud that I could do and I could gather my junior university members with WIE and IEEE.
Okay. As the co-chair of IEEE SL Inspire, can you give an overview of what SL Inspire is? What is it that you guys do that's inspiring?
SL Inspire project is different from other projects that we have in IEEE Sri Lanka section because this is basically based on education. So what we are doing here is we are trying to reduce the gap between education system in our country, because when it comes to primary education, our literacy rates is so high. But with the higher education, when it's come to higher education, the rates are getting lower. The reasons that we found are the resources, lack of resources, and the facilities are not equal with the rural areas to urban areas. So what we are trying to do is reduce those gaps. We are trying to reduce the gaps between the rural areas and urban areas. There is a myth, like people believe that, okay, if I can go to a school which is in a town, I can have all the facilities. But when it's come to rural area, we don't have much facilities. They think twice about that. So we are trying to reduce that gap. We are trying to create a platform to share the all resources that we have. Also, we are trying to give the knowledge and awareness about all the higher education platforms that we have in Sri Lanka. We have more than enough platforms in our country, but the thing is, some parts of those are not aware to people who are in rural areas. So our target is to give the awareness and create the platform, and mainly to reduce the gap between rural area education system and the urban area, as well as the primary education and higher education.
Back in 2020, you visited the University of Jaffna as a member of IEEE SL Inspire Committee to do the Career Compass event. How do you feel about the event and what are your memories in Jaffna?
That was a memorable time. It was the only physical event that we had in that I think that was the last physical event that we had in IEEE, and that was my first time me visiting Jaffna. That was so it was really memorable for me, and the people who were there was that hospitality. I can't forget those. I still like to recall those memories that I had. We went there, did sessions. There before we going there, me Varunika, we can't talk in Tamil. That was there. We are not for both of us. We can understand Tamil a little bit, but not much. So in Jaffna, what we believe was people who are there talking native Tamil, they are native in Tamil, so we might not be able to mingle with them, don't know how will it happen, the workshop. So we were thinking even during the journey to Jaffna, whether we will be able to make this success. But then again, it was really a good experience, even though we had two different languages as our mother tongue. that wasn't there much. We found few volunteers like within few hours to do the session in Tamil from the Jaffna University. That was a perfect action that we saw. It's like we had only one person that we from our team, SL Inspire team, who could talk in Tamil. So we were thinking whether he can do 4 sessions. We were planning to do 4 sessions. So we just got into train around 8. At that time, we didn't have another member to do the session in Tamil. But when we are getting down from Jaffna, we had a member. That was a marvelous work from the Jaffna University student branch. I really appreciate that. And yeah, after the sessions, we just visited Jaffna Fort, and we had we had a perfect dinner. And I still don't know what it is, but I had a new curry there. Next day, my eyes was like Chinese, but then again, I really like it. And I would like to thank all the people who helped us, who took care of us during that journey. I didn't feel, after I went there, I didn't feel like this is a place that I am new. It was like everyone was familiar, everyone was like so friendly. So yeah, it was really amazing experience. So I really like to thank Dr. A. Ramanan and Mr. S. Sutakar. Please don't mind if I'm pronouncing their names wrongly. And also the uncle who took care of us so in a lovely way, Mr. Amit Raja. Hope you guys can pass my regards to him. And also the members who were there at that time, Keshan and Dimutu Anuraj, a person who has done a lot to your university student branch. And we had Muaz and Rupikshan, who was our moderator and who was our speaker that we found within few hours to do the session in Tamil. And also we had Sujanan Bhatia. We had a lot of people, but I can recall only these people. I hope they don't mind me not mentioning their name. And thank you. I would like to thank them again and again. It was a really amazing experience and a journey. This is one of my IEEE benefits. I was a fully funded volunteer to go to Jaffna and come back. And yeah, after the pandemic, I would really like to visit your university again for anything.
Very good to hear that. You're the co-chair of AI-driven Sri Lanka. For those who are passionate about artificial intelligence, how can they be part of AI-driven Sri Lanka?
Okay, AI-driven Sri Lanka is a project initiated by IEEE Young Professionals Sri Lanka. And that is to create the platform, as you mentioned, that is to create a community for the people, mainly for the undergraduate who would like to who would like to continue their journeys with artificial intelligence and machine learning. So at this moment, I would say anyone can join with our community. It's a community-based thing. You can share your resources. You can do your researches there with the other people who are in community. We have a lot of people, undergraduates, industry people, and everything. There's no barrier. There's no pre-requirements. Only thing that you need is to have the interest on AI and machine learning. And if anyone there in Jaffna University, they can reach out to me, or they can just join with our Facebook account and just drop me a message so I can make them members in our WhatsApp group as well. So hope IEEE student branch of Jaffna University can share our social media links on their pages. So anyone who would like to join with us, they can join. We are planning to do our bootcamp series within few days. So I would like to take this time to invite everyone who are interested, or even though just need to try with AI and machine learning knowledges, just come and join with AI Driven Sri Lanka. It's a community, so there's nothing. We have so much of events, clothes events as well for our community.
Okay. You're the Assistant Secretary of IEEE Young Professionals Sri Lanka. So I believe that you are one of the best persons to ask why an undergraduate should choose IEEE.
Okay. Simply, this is the place that you can have many things like network, knowledge, and many things. This is IEEE is like all in one place for me. So I would say as an undergraduate, we need scholarships. Sometimes we are hoping to do researches. So there are so many conferences that we can apply for. And also there are so many volunteering opportunities that we have in IEEE. Within volunteering, what people might think what we can get, but there are a lot of things that we can get. The main thing that I see is improve the skills that I have. That's one main thing that I have gotten from IEEE. As I mentioned earlier, I wasn't a person who was socialized, but with IEEE, I have improved my skills to be a social person, and to also people can increase network within different areas, different people with the different people who are in industry, who are in other universities, and those things, that network will help you in your career life as well. As an undergraduate, if that person join with IEEE, and sometimes you might need, everyone needs some push from the people that we know to get a job sometimes. But if we have the network, we don't need to worry about it. Also, for the conferences, I would say we have a lot of grants, travel grants. There are fully funded grants as well. IEEE volunteers can join as volunteering members, or as a participant who would like to participate for the conferences. And there are leadership summits. You can improve your leadership skills, and there are a lot of projects that you can volunteer with. So there are also, you can learn a lot of things. Also, you can have many friends in all over the world, I would say, not even in Sri Lanka, but even from the other countries in the world. That would be help with you with your final project. These are the things that I got from IEEE for my final project at the Open University. I wanted to find few research papers. So I got help from a few friends who are from Nigeria and India. I got those friends from IEEE only. So with that IEEE network, I got those kind of opportunities. But then again, we have a lot of opportunities. Again, I would like to say this is a place that we can get so many benefits in one place. You don't need to do another thing to develop your professional skills. You don't need to go and do another course to learn about project management and writing skills or anything. So this is a place that we have everything in as a one thing. So I would like to invite other people who got graduated. Please do join with IEEE Young Professionals as well. There also we have a lot of things as industry people. Yeah, at one point people think after we got a job, do we have time to do volunteering? Do we have the time do those stuff? But yeah, as industry people, we also have IEEE Young Professionals. So there also we can volunteer. There also we can improve our skills as industry people. Also who are as people who are going to be industry people. So yeah, IEEE has lot of things that you might not know, that you might know. So do join with IEEE.
You're a volunteer by the real sense of the word. You are currently holding four important positions in the Sri Lanka section, two national projects, a chapter, and a community. And you are a member of IEEE Innovation Nation Leadership Committee and an ambassador at IEEE Region 10 Young Professionals. How can you manage all that with your studies?
It's like managing time. With academic, I have finished my first degree. I'm currently doing my second degree because I want to have the title with electrical and electronic both. That's why I'm doing my second degree. But then again, managing the time is, this is like after we get into IEEE volunteering, for me, I didn't feel like keep away those for a time. I always wanted to do my volunteering. I always want to continue my volunteering with IEEE. So what I'm doing is I'm using the skills that I learned from IEEE volunteering to manage my time with my academic, with my career, and with my volunteering. And also, as you mentioned, I'm part of few different things. There's no similarity each other, but at one point that is beneficial for me. So I'm mingling with different people with each project and each position, and also I'm learning different skills with me with being an ambassador. I would like to have more and more people in IEEE as young professionals and as well as IEEE student members. I would like to give the awareness and be an example for them, what I got and what I'm planning to get, and also what they can get. Also, with those things, when I'm doing the things, I'm not alone here. So I have a team for each and every position. It's like not only one thing. It's not me being one person. Every place I have another team with me who would like to help me at any position. So with their help and also the skills that I improve with IEEE, I'm managing my time with to do my volunteering. I don't mind doing volunteering for like 24 hours, but then again, at this rate, I'm not in a position to do that. But still, I'm finding my time to do my volunteering as well as my career, academic, and everything. Yeah, I would like to say with my team that I have with each position, they are helping me with this. It's like if I'm not be able to do some task that I'm assigned to, what I'm doing is, if I know it earlier when I'm assigning to the task, I'm informing them, telling that I have another task to do. Always I'm giving the priority to my academic. That is one thing. And I'm not getting any task if I can't make it. Also, if I have taken that task and still I might not be able to engage it that much as I want. So what I'm doing is I'm informing my team. This is not only one person having a journey. This is a teamwork. We have a team for everything. So there's nothing that your team might not say no to anything. They are so friendly. They are also volunteers in IEEE. So that is the best thing in IEEE. The people that you are working with, they are so friendly, and they are willing to help you at any time. So with those kind of things and with that culture that I have in IEEE, I'm managing my time with everything. The first thing I'm doing is giving priority. The second one is managing my time with the priorities that I have.
Okay, then. So what is your profession and what kind of an influence has IEEE brought on it?
My profession, I'm working as a programs and community manager. Still, I'm junior associate at Hatchworks. Hope you guys have heard about it because we have a branch at Jaffna. This is like I'm not doing anything that I learned during my degree, but then again, I'm using all the skills that I improved within IEEE. This was IEEE gave me the inspiration to get into startups. Hatch is a place that has all the things for startups: mentoring, co-working spaces, and places that you want to experiment your prototypes. We have everything at Hatch. So the inspiration that I got to get into startup ecosystem in Sri Lanka was also IEEE. I was a volunteer. I started my I started my volunteering in startup field in 2019 as a secretary for IEEE Innovation Nation Sri Lanka project. And now currently I'm being a team member for leadership committee in IEEE Innovation Nation. That is to, that project is to give the awareness about startup ecosystem in Sri Lanka to the people. Mainly we are focusing undergraduate. So the inspiration that I got from that project and the things that I learned from IEEE, skills like project management and coordinating and everything. It now it helps me with my career as well, and I'm really enjoying my career life because that is the same thing that I'm doing as volunteering. So there's nothing much that I have to learn, but then again, what I believe is we all need something as of a career that we would like to do, that we can enjoy. Otherwise, we will be tired in a while. So for me, I'm really enjoying my career life because I'm doing the same thing that I did and that I'm doing as a volunteer. So yeah, that is my career, and IEEE how it related. So the best inspiration that I got from IEEE only.
IEEE mainly deals with technology and science. These fields are usually male dominated. So how do you feel about women joining IEEE? What does IEEE offer for women, and how much have women achieved through IEEE?
IEEE is a place that has given a huge space for women engineers. It's like when it say IEEE WIE, some people are thinking that's only for women, that's only for girls. Only girls can go and there do volunteering, only women can go there volunteering, but it's not. The main mission and main target of IEEE WIE, IEEE Women in Engineering, is to empower women engineers. That doesn't mean that we are giving chance on, to volunteer only for girls or women. So I would say IEEE has given a huge space in for WIE volunteers and also women engineers. We have like so many separate events like leadership summits, conferences, and also skills development programs, and also startup events within IEEE WIE. When it comes to those kind of events and projects, the only thing that they are mentioning is for a team. If it is a teamwork, for a team, you should have to have majority of girls. That's the only condition that they have. Other than that, they can have male volunteers, male team members. And it's like even in IEEE, they don't consider about the gender when it comes to giving positions in IEEE, even in IEEE staff or even in IEEE volunteering. So best examples are for IEEE Region 10 as YP chairperson. We have a lady, Dr. Savitya, and also regional representative, we have Varunika Hippala. So there we have women representative. They don't mind the gender when it comes to giving positions or trusting. They just need people who are smart and who has talent and who would like to volunteer and who would like to contribute their time with volunteering. So with IEEE, there is a huge space for women engineers, and women who are in technological field.
Okay. So could you please explain what sort of satisfaction you get from the volunteering service you do at IEEE?
Satisfaction is okay. One thing that I can say is I have a lot of friends within IEEE network. I would like to say we have 20 student branch. I have at least one friend from each student branch. So it's like when I need something from a university, I just need to contact that person and ask him or her to give the help. So the best thing is that I found no one has said no to me at any point. That's how IEEE network is. They don't, if they can help, if we can help as volunteers or as anything, so they are doing it. They are willing to do it. No one is forcing them, but then again, they do it for the friendship. Also, I have a lot of friends like who are close to me, who are really close, like family, but then again, they are not from my school or they are not from my university. The closest people that I'm mingling with my life are from different universities, and those people I met from IEEE journey. So also I would like to say having increase in the network and having friends. Other than that, I'm learning a lot of things. And as I mentioned, IEEE helped me with my career life. That is the main success that I got, and that's the satisfaction as well. Also, this is a place that I can improve my skills, all the skills without any fear. I just I can say that I can ask any help from anyone who is being in IEEE. I just need to tell my name and tell that I'm also an IEEE volunteer. That's how I'm creating my network. If I know someone, the very first thing that I'm telling is still, even though I'm doing a job, very first thing that I'm mentioning is I'm an IEEE volunteer. So within that part, I can make lot of people. I can find a lot of people and I can make a lot of friends there. And also things that are like that I have improved is for my academic stuff, there are a lot of help. Even the people who are not from my university or not from my age, but then again, even for a assignment or a project, I can ask help from the people, because we have a lot of various kind of people in our network, IEEE network, like people who have doctorate, people who has professorate. So it's like inside the IEEE network, they are being like sisters and brothers. We just call them Akka or Aya if they are elder, or else Nangi or Malli. That's it. Sometimes it's really hard to contact a person who has a doctorate or professorate. But in IEEE, we just need to drop a message through WhatsApp or just a text message. That's it. We sometimes I'm not even sending them emails to invite some sessions, but then just only one text message or a WhatsApp message. That's it, not even a call. So yeah, there are so much of benefits in IEEE, and those benefits still making me continue my volunteering even more with my experiences and with the passion that I have.
Okay. What is your message for the members who like to volunteer and everyone who like to join IEEE?
Message like if someone is joining with IEEE, there are a lot of benefits. Some benefits that I haven't even offered, that I don't have even still. So there are benefits if someone is willing to do their higher studies. IEEE is a place that person can have fully funded scholarships. That is one benefit that I couldn't mention, because I'm not having that benefit. I'm also trying to get that, hopefully. Don't know what will happen, but there are a lot of benefits. There we have a lot of people who got those scholarships and did their higher studies. And that is for, and also we have conferences and tech talks and everything, those things for people who only care about the academic. There we have people or different kind of people. There are some people who only care about the academic. They only care about their GPA and everything. So yeah, for those kind of people, they have a space in IEEE. And also people who need to enjoy their university life, and after that who needs to create friends. So it's also here. After you join with the committee to do volunteering in IEEE Sri Lanka section or regional level or global level, you might be able to find people who had the same mentality as yours. You can it's like you can enjoy your life with them. There's no barriers, no age barriers, no gender barriers in IEEE. So if as a girl, if someone is scared to mingle with people, we have many kind of people, as I mentioned. So if we'll take up a girl who went to a girls school from grade 1 to grade 13, and after that that person went to university, she might be feel some uncomfortable situation. That person is getting into uncomfortable feeling when it comes to university. And if we go and ask that person to join with IEEE, that person might be like, no, I can't do that. I'm still trying to get into this society. So how am I able to mingle with the people who are not even from my university? But if you have that feeling, if someone has that feeling, if you have that feeling, what you can do is you can first join with WIE. There we have a lot of members, women members there as well. Also, we have male people who are volunteering, but then again, people always feel safe within women and the male, not with males. So we have WIE to volunteer. And yeah, also we have so many benefits that I couldn't mention, it's not only volunteering, that it's not only you are giving your time for something like a charity, but then again you can learn a lot of things within tech talks and within projects. Also the best thing is not with this pandemic, I'm not sure whether we will be able to, but then again when it's come to physical events, you can enjoy a lot. And me as a person who has got those opportunities, I have gone to Jaffna as a fully funded volunteer from IEEE. That was my first ever visit to Jaffna. As that we have after parties for volunteers who would like to have parties and everything. We have Congress where you can make friends, learn a lot of things. And also there are games and everything. There are a lot of many kind of events, sub-events inside the Congress as well. So again, I would like to say this is a place that you can get everything. You don't need to go to another place to find you don't need to find an alternative to improve or have any other thing. In IEEE, we have everything that we want to enjoy our life and to improve our life. And so yeah, that is the things that we have, and I might miss some places, but I would like to invite each and everyone to join with IEEE volunteering. We have membership offers as well with IEEE, and we have 50% offer these days as well for the membership who are going to renew your membership and who are going to have the membership. So have those benefits, have those offers, and do join with IEEE, volunteer, learn and improve your skills, have friends. Yeah, simply enjoy the life with volunteering. It's kind of a sickness after you get into it, but the thing is you have to get into that. After that, I'm pretty sure you might not be able to leave the volunteering life. That is one thing that I would like to say. That is one thing that I learned from IEEE. It's hard for you to get into IEEE sometimes, but then again, it's also hard to leave the volunteering as well when it comes to IEEE.
Thank you very much, Ms. Dillekha Nayaka, for being with us today. It's such a great honor and pleasure to have you here with us, and we also deeply appreciate you for sparing us your invaluable time amidst the busy schedule. Thank you. So now I'm going to move to the final question of the day, and it is, how do you feel about the session?
I really like the session, and to be honest, this is the first time me joining as a guest for an interview for IEEE. When it comes to IEEE, I would like to do any volunteering thing with the project, and also I like to help who are going to join with IEEE and who are junior to IEEE. There's no junior, senior in IEEE, but I would like to say who are new to IEEE. I would like to help each and everyone as much as I can, but this is a good initiative that we can do to give the awareness. Even this doesn't matter whether our student branch is new, whether we have new members in our student branch, or whether we are new to everything, because you can get help from other people as well. This is a perfect example for other IEEE members as well, who are just thinking how to start and how to find project, how to increase their membership as well. So with the experience sharing thing, I think it's the best thing that we can give the awareness to other people. So you guys are doing a great job. It's perfect. I really like it. And again, thank you for the opportunity that you guys give. And yeah, give my regards to everyone who are doing volunteering and who help us with IEEE volunteering from the University of Jaffna. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, Ms. Dilli, we prepared a virtual token of appreciation for you. Please accept our token. Guys, this is the second step of footprints, isn't it? Which means now you're kind of knowledgeable about IEEE. You're no more new to the IEEE world. And now you already heard the journey of two premium volunteers in the IEEE from the Sri Lanka section. Maybe it's only a couple of minutes, but I'm sure that was worth the watching. Don't you think? You can drop your comments below. Before we wind up the session, I thank you all for joining us today. We hope you had a great time. We will catch you again with another interesting show. Thank you. Stay tuned.